From inside an ICPC detention facility, where he has now been held for over 20 days without formal charges, former Kaduna Governor Nasir El-Rufai has broken his carefully maintained silence specifically to respond to the explosive revelation that surfaced this morning that the ICPC has traced 3 luxury villas and 6 apartments in Cairo's most exclusive estates directly to his name. And his response, delivered through his legal counsel Ubong Esop Akpan in a statement issued in Abuja today, Monday, March 9, 2026, is as fierce and combative as anything his legal team has produced since this entire saga began. El-Rufai's lawyer called the Egypt property allegations baseless anonymous leaks. He said they are devoid of verifiable evidence and rely entirely on shadowy sources. He described the claims as a fabricated narrative, not an investigation but a desperate smear campaign designed to justify the ongoing unlawful detention of a citizen who has committed no crime. He accused the ICPC of resorting to media plants rather than judicial process and said that decision betrays their fear of scrutiny and underscores their complicity in forgery and using forged documents. Those are extraordinary words directed at a federal agency from inside a courtroom battle. And the legal team went even further, alleging that ICPC chairman Musa Adamu Aliyu personally attempted to pressure El-Rufai to withdraw from political activities in exchange for his freedom. If that allegation is accurate, it is not just a scandal, it is a crime. Now, here is where this story becomes even more explosive and layered. El-Rufai himself wrote in his own handwritten statement on February 19, a statement that has now been published and is circulating everywhere, that he is retired and lives mostly in Egypt with half of his family and his 96-year-old mother. He said that, in his own words, in a statement submitted to the very investigators who are now tracing luxury villas and apartments in Cairo to his name. And today, through his lawyer, he is denying that any of those properties belong to him. So the question that every Nigerian is now asking is, if El-Rufai lives in Egypt with his family as he himself stated, where exactly does he live? In whose name are those properties? And if they are not his, whose are they? The lawyer also raised 2 devastating procedural allegations that go directly to the heart of whether El-Rufai's detention is legally valid at all. First, the 14-day remand order issued by the Buhari Magistrate Court on March 4 expired. It was never served on El-Rufai or his legal team, and ICPC officials who swore in court affidavits that charges would be filed before the expiration of that order filed no charges. The lawyer says that failure to file charges after swearing to do so constitutes perjury. Second, El-Rufai has now been held for more than 20 consecutive days without being formally charged before any court of competent jurisdiction in direct violation of Section 35 of the Nigerian Constitution, which guarantees personal liberty. He says the ICPC cannot act as both accuser and incarcerator, detaining citizens indefinitely without due process while feeding allegations to the media. If you are following every development in this extraordinary legal battle between a former governor and Nigeria's most powerful anti-corruption agencies, and you want to be the first to hear what happens when the FCT High Court takes up the fundamental rights suit on March 11, please subscribe to this channel right now and hit that notification bell, because that court hearing is now just 2 days away and it could be the most consequential hearing in this entire saga. The legal team ended their statement with a demand that has been made before but has taken on new urgency after 20 days of detention. Release El-Rufai immediately or take him before a court of competent jurisdiction and formally charge him. Charge me if you have anything against me. That has been El-Rufai's consistent position from day one. His son Mohammed Bello El-Rufai, a federal lawmaker, has echoed it repeatedly. His wife Hadiza has said it on social media, and his entire legal team is now repeating it in the face of property allegations that they say are deliberately timed to distract from the fact that after 20 days, the ICPC has still not filed a single formal charge in any court. Here is the question for you today. Do you think the ICPC's decision to reveal the Egypt property allegations through anonymous media leaks rather than through formal court filings suggests they do not yet have enough legally admissible evidence to go to court? And do you believe El-Rufai's denial that those properties belong to him, or do you think his own admission that he lives in Egypt with his family makes the property allegations much harder to simply dismiss? Drop your most honest answer in the comments below. Share this video so every Nigerian following this case gets both sides of today's story. Like it if this breakdown gave you the complete picture, and stay subscribed because March 11 is 2 days away and the courtroom is where the real answers will begin to emerge.